in Azam City. You're watching One TV News Channel. One TV News Channel. Serving you with information, news, sports, and public affairs. One TV News Channel. One TV News Channel. Serving you with love. Ang telebisyong pangmasa. One TV News Channel. One TV News Channel. One TV special report.
Okay, salamat sa atong MC, ang ato ang tourism officer. Akong pagtahod sa ato ang amahan sa lungsod, the working mayor of Tudela, General Samuel L. Paruhino. Pakpakan na to si Mayor. Ay, kabalo ba mo, si Mayor, pag yung galas dos, ni Abud yung galas dos, pagsulod na mo din murag ang BNS pa nasudla na mo, no? So, nabisip siguro mo ba nagluto. And then, ang akong kauban sa Sanggunian, the Honorable Nilpin Lagi, pakpakatan mo siya. The Honorable Joel Bunchungan. Okay. Ang atong mga head of office sa LGU, itong staff, ang atong mga national agencies na karoon din, ang Bureau of Fire, headed by Fire Senior Superintendent, ang atong Provincial Director, Fire Superintendent Gregorio Elpamo, Sir, may hapon. Pag-usap, ang charge din sa Tudela, si Sir Fire Officer Dagumbal, ang ato ang Chief of Police sa Tudela, Sir Dinuri, Tudela Hospital, headed by Dr. Janice Biete, full force, sakpakan ng Tudela Hospital. And then, ang ato ang mga naka-green garong hapuna, ang atong mga BNS, pakpakan na to ang atong mga BNS, tungkol kay, ako nakita ang ilang kaaktibo, tungkol kay atong mga naging adlaw mayor, nagbarangay, usap, nagbay-barangay sila o culmination, gani kagahapon ako nakita ang barangay Silungon man siguro to, no? So, na yung mga kalihukan sa tagsa-tagsa ka mga barangay. So, kanatong tanan, may hapon. Luya ni Mayor, mura magkakanuno na sa lamisa, puno magong lamisa mo ng hinay na mutubag, no? May hapon sa tanan. Akana, dita magpaliluya kaya nga ito rabang isa ulo karon is nutrition culmination and luyahong tanian hindi rin ginanan abte, piskay, askil ang atong lawas tungod kay atong isa ulo karon adlaw ang culmination sa ato ang whole month sa month of July nga gi-consider ni as nutrition month. So karong adlaw in support sa national usab nga panawagan uban sa kontima sa pipan sa masama sa nutrisyong sapat para sa lahat. So gikinahanglan man gyud sa tong lawas nga mukaon ta sa mga lamian o nutritious nga pagkaon tungod pud na aron kita makalahutay sa atong adlaw-adlaw nga pagtrabaho sa atong pamilya tungod kay kung magdaota dili mayo tong lawas makahatag og dugang problema sa pamilya o usab apil na usab ang ato ang LGU magka-problema na kay muduol naman din nagmayor og hospital, muduol naman din nagay problema sa panglawas. So mintras dili pa nato na masinati, dili pa nato na mabati, karon pa lang ato ng sugdan nga mukaon ta sa mga pagkaon nga katugyong gikinahanglan sa lawas nga dili pud supra igo-igo ra gyud, no? Kay gani niyon may mayor kaganina nga oni mga mayong pagkaon yan as mayor kaganina kay mga utan, mga vegetables, na mga fruits, no? So nga na pos mayroong nabagay galitson karong hapuna ni basig na po galitson ambit lang po tagamay bisag isa lang kahiwa. Oh, pero maragwa gid ani galitson karon kay ang atong giandam katugyo mga pagkaon nga makaayo sa atong lawas. So kaninyong tanan, di ko na lantas on kay murag na pa may presentation siguro by cluster. So uspon ko manginaot mi sa LGU sa kanunay mag-uban ta and then with support, no, sa LGU, sa IMNAO o sa tanan ng mga departments sa atong LGU uban ang national government mag-uban ta para atong matiman ang panglawas, ang saktong nutrisyon sa atong mga katawhan dinhi sa lungsod sa Tudela. Once again, welcome tanan, maayong hapon, and God bless sa tanan.
To my well-respected Mayor of Tudela, Samuel Parahinog, sir, to the Chief of Police, magandang hapon, to my Chief sa Bureau of Fire Protection dito sa Tudela and his men, mga sanggunian, department heads, councilors, lahat po, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon po. You might be surprised na nandito ako ngayon supposedly mainly for the purpose sana sa National Nutrition Month, but I feel morally speaking, I felt that i-advocate ko rin sa inyo yung another celebration of this month also, which is the National Disaster Resilience Month. So actually, today is the last day, so culminating. And then later on, short lang kasi this memorandum circular nga i-discuss ko sa inyo, it's about only, although mahaba siya, mga 30 pages, but don't worry, mga 2 to 3 pages lang importante ang i-mention ko sa inyo. And the rest, may video ako ipipresent sa inyo kasi no less than our ever supportive and hardworking governor ang nag-discuss about sa incident command system, yung sa Bonifacio namin na incident. Okay? Now, to proceed with, let me read first. This is in reference with the Executive Order number 29, series of 2017. Designates July of each year as the National Disaster Resilience Month throughout the country and mandates the conduct of activities relative to building of disaster resilience covering the 4 thematic areas, namely prevention and mitigation, preparedness, response and rehabilitation and recovery. This year, 2024, the celebration of Handa Pilipinas, the 36th National Disaster Resilience Month 2024, is marked with the theme Bantayog ng Katatagan at ng Pagbubuklod sa Layuning Handaan, meaning a symbol of resiliency and the boundless adherence to the goal of preparedness. So, in compliance with Executive Order number 29, I have here with me as mentioned before sa MC, National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Memorandum Circular number 04/2012, which specifically states that it's about the implementing guidelines on the use of the Incident Command System or ICS as an unseen disaster response and management mechanism. First, let me define first dun sa kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng Incident Command System. Short lang po to. Basahin ko lang on page 33 on the said Memorandum Circular. Now, Incident Command System is a standardized, on-scene, all-hazard incident management concept. Allows its users to adopt an integrated organizational structure to match the complexities and demands of a single or multiple incidents without being hindered by jurisdictional boundaries. Now, mapapansin nyo kung ma-recall nyo yung Bonifacio stand-up incident sa Bonifacio, nag-wonder kayo kasi isang isang municipality lang siya actually. It looked like simple but actually it's complicated. I was appointed by the governor during that time as the planning section chief. Very complicated siya. And later on, he will discuss kung gaano siya ka-complicated. From simple to complex. And once na-activate ng Incident Command System, may creation na ng Incident Management Team to manage both natural and man-made, wala po dapat maghinder na any national agencies or any personalities or any boundaries pag once na-implement ng ICS or Incident Command System. Now, ang objective of this memorandum circular is of course, nakalagay dito, to provide guidance to all the RRMCs and other agencies concerned from both government and private sectors on the institutionalization and proper use of Incident Command System. I understand na after the Senate incident, nung pinapunta kami ni Gov. Don and the rest, ng mga team, now, pagbalik namin from Manila, from municipalities, cities, and all the department heads sa Guniang Panlalawigan, pinag-undergo ng incident command system from level 1 and gradually makarating ng level 4. Kasi we need to institutionalize ang incident command system. Lalo na, me personally, ang akong mga tao, nabahaan sila mismo diyan sa sarili nilang fire station. So this is in preparation also sa rainy season. Now, without further much ado, mag-play ako sa inyo ng video and listen carefully. Remember, our good governor is an attorney also. Na siya o ako, kami ng mga team, gikastigo mi ng mga senador doon kasi they were thinking we are misusing the incident command system to address the issue doon sa Bonifacio standoff incident. Okay? So, ang crowd nito, during ito sa command conference namin, kami lahat ng mga marshals, 17 of us, all over sa Misamis Occidental, and then invite namin si Gob and nag-discuss about these things. Kaya don't mind us, but lahat yung sasabihin ni Gob, doon tayo mag-concentrate. But i-play please. Thank you.
Really, tabi ko superintendent Elbong na maka-delay ko mga-aning, pero sila insisted man yun na bihala kung saan moabot, basta moabot yun ka. And because I cannot see so I am here with a long justification of coming here late. And I'm very glad that our regional director of fire, Chief Superintendent Carlos Pedrinas, our regional director, really find time to be here in your provincial command conference. I know of his dynamic leadership and that the province of Misamis Occidental, before he assumed, there are 5 fire stations that were not yet activated. Now, when he assumed and before he lost out, the 5 municipal stations are now activated. Thank you very much. 5 municipal stations. The newest is Don Victoriano. We have now a fire chief, although we don't have a fire truck there because as of the moment, medyo mura o virgin pa ang Don Victoriano. Don Victoriano is really one of our tourist destinations. We are aspiring that Misamis Occidental will be in the top 5 tourist destinations here in Mindanao in the next 2 years. And Don Victoriano is really one of the attractions that we should develop. The roads are almost complete. And 500 meters na lang dito it is Lake Luminagan. So the other facilities that are now being developed, and of course we are looking forward that not only a fire station but a fire truck. We are still in the process of procurement the fire truck of Claren, which I had promised during your Director, that's again another accomplishment, another gift that we have given to the province of Misamis Occidental. And you know, kung saan ka mapasalabato sa inyong efforts, that your role as the fire marshal is not only limited to that, because in the last shoreline calamity that happened in Misamis Occidental, I think that was the worst, that was the unprecedented. Director, sir, I'm very proud and happy to report you that the fire marshals of Misamis Occidental, under the leadership of Senior Superintendent Bambo, were our partners in addressing the calamity. Thank you very much for your efforts. Talagang maaasahan kayo not only on your specific mandate on fire but also on other calamities. Not only challenge that I faced at my 1-year administration. The enforcement of unlawful order as provided by our law, that is the power and the authority vested into the Sangguniang Panlalawigan on the disciplinary measures against every local officials of the different municipalities and cities of the province, considering that our 3 cities and municipalities are component cities. So the disciplinary action is vested on the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. When the Sangguniang Panlalawigan admitted the 60 days preventive suspension to the mayor of Bonifacio, and while it is true that the suspension was properly served by the officials of the province of Misamis Occidental, but we were confronted with the problem that the suspended mayor did not step down. He illegally occupied the office of the mayor for 80 days. And while it is true that the acting mayor was exercising his powers, issuing memorandum signing that changed the payrolls of all the employees, and his signature was honored by the bank, and he was recognized by the DILG on 3 circulars, one issued by the regional director, another issued by the undersecretary for legal affairs, and the other one issued by the secretary himself, recognizing the validity of the suspension order and the assumption of the acting mayor. Still, it was not honored by the suspended mayor. And then, I have to be honest with you, I ordered, pursuant to the powers vested on the provincial governor by the local government code, that the provincial governor has the power to tap all national agencies, including law enforcers, in suppressing disorder in any area of his territorial jurisdiction. I issued an order to the provincial director to address and to suppress that disorder, that illegal occupation of the municipal hall of the municipality of Bonifacio, but for reasons which was attributed to the POP or the police operating procedures, although it was my position that the POP is not that issue there, because when I read the POP refers only to police assistance on the decision of administrative bodies like the local government and the commission on election, and the POP of the police providing that if there is a police assistance on the implementation of the order of the local government, it should be the DIGG that will make or that will write the police for assistance. And I was saying that that was not the applicable guidelines, because what we were requesting for assistance is not police assistance that will implement the order, because the order was already implemented. It was already said what we were asking for assistance.
I-pause ko lang sandali kasi gusto ko lang i-highlight sa inyo na during sa Senate hearing, Senators Bato de la Rosa, who was the chairman, at the same time other senators like Senators Coco Pimentel and the rest, talagang ikastigo nila kami, ni Gop, ako, and among others. Kasi they were thinking na yung Republic Act 10121, which is the Philippine Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Law, iabuso daw namin. Kasi they were thinking na ang natural disaster daw, applicable lang dapat daw sa ICS. Hindi nila alam nga ang human-induced, mga man-made, bombing and other human-induced or man-made na mga activities, mag-qualify siya na gamitin ng incident command system. I would like to tell you na first ever sa entire country, sa history, sa implementation, sa institutionalization ng incident command system, first time nangyari sa mismo pa na may nagkaroon na stand-off incident na very peaceful, walang nasugatan, walang namatay. And because of that, hindi naraman ng maraming tao sa buong Pilipinas na peaceful yung pagkagawa namin sa Bonifacio stand-off incident. Sige, I think 10-20 minutes matapos na si Igo. Thank you.
Is that the illegal occupation of the suspended mayor, because it hampers the delivery of services, because people, the residents who should visit the office of the mayor to the different sectors. So that I called a special conference to the key members, and one of those present there is your chief of the provincial fire marshal here, Senior Superintendent Elman. And with his expertise on ICS, I have to be honest with you, at the time I do not know what is ICS. Although the law was approved way back 2010, and I was the Vice Governor at the time, yet I have not came across the law. At that time, patulog-tulog ako sa pansitan. No? Then Governor Ramiro issued the executive order establishing the ICS in the province of Misamis Occidental. And I'm sure I didn't know about it. It was your superintendent who enlightened in the brief conference, who provided to me the information that the ICS has provided, as created under the law, does not only cover disaster, but it also covers all man-made hazard, which includes public safety, peace and order, and even disturbance of the peace and order, disturbance in the delivery of services. After the enlightenment of your provincial chief, so that triggered me to issue an executive order activating the ICS here in our province for the specific purpose of the Bonifacio incident. And then with that, I requested to be part of the ICS team, your provincial chief, to be the planning, because he was very knowledgeable. He educated me, and that is one thing good with your governor. He listens, he knows how to listen, and he knows how to appreciate what is right. So under the given circumstances, so we were able to form the ICS, and it is the ICS that successfully implemented my order. What was my order? To extricate peacefully, with due respect to human rights, and simply that nobody will be harmed, private citizen, and including the subject for such extradition.
Now, mga kasama, remember yung incident sa Manila, sa Grandstand, na isang bus, naubos lahat ng tao sa isang bus kasi ICS was not implemented during that time. Maraming mga conflict sa politics, like dun sa Negros somewhere, nagbarila, nagpatayan. Kaya nung tinanong ako ni hardworking governor, most beloved, ever supportive ng governor ko, anong gagawin? Kasi 2 weeks na niyang problema ang Bonifacio. At least somehow, at that particular moment, na-orient ko siya about how to go about this incident command system. Para pagdating ng panahon, both natural and man-made, dito mismo sa Tudela, once si Mayor mag-activate ng incident command system, lahat ng concerned na agencies, both local and national, must participate. Okay? Walang mag-withdraw. Alam niyo ba, sabi sa akin ni Bato, Senator Bato de la Rosa, sabi niya, El Pambo, national agency ka, dapat neutral tayo. Hindi ko siya masagot nga, with all due respect, senators, during normal condition, neutral kami, mga national agencies, PNP kami. But once crisis, mayroon na-activate ng incident command system, through an executive order, wala pong neutrality, lahat ng national agencies. That's why I'm so sorry to admit this, ang Coast Guard nag-back out, other key officers ng PNP nag-back out. Explain to the governor, sir, you are the head of the 2 councils, Peace and Order Council and the Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council. Bakit lahat kami, national agencies, lahat, active members kami? Pagdating sa crisis, mawawala kami? Hindi pwede ko. Kaya doon, na-empowered si Gov. And I would like to tell you, hindi po lahat ng governor sa buong Pilipinas literate on ICS. Kaya nga, during disaster, nagka-disaster talaga. Rizal was an attorney, an abogado. And a lot of lawyers don't know this, so sorry. But at least, gradually, among gi-implement para ma-prevent natin ang mga crisis in the future pertaining to security. Patapusin natin siguro mga 5 minutes and then mag-ano na tayo para di na po maano ang oras nyo.
And then, we've got guidance on the 8th day of the occupation. We were able, the ISIS was able to successfully achieve the mission. And with that, I give the credit giving me the guidance for the ISIS to the provincial fire chief of the Southeast Occidental in Chiotin, headed by our provincial. Thank you very much for your bravery, for standing with us in pursuing what is right. I know you have, because of the, what we call, the abuse of the social media,